The Philadelphia 76ers have been one of the best teams in NBA.
Bruh.
Okay, I'm lying. The 76ers have been hot garbage, and we're going to try and fix them today in a new series called 82-0 The Challenge. So this team will be built completely around Ben Simmons. I'm going to try and get young talent around him. Guys like Nerlens Noel, even though I love his game, I think he could be a really good power forward in the NBA. I got to get some three-point shooting. I've got to build something around Ben Simmons because we're going to put him at small forward. We're going to trade for Kevin Love right now. We end up getting that to work somehow, some way. Sergio Rodriguez, he's an older point guard, might have some talent, but to be honest, I'm going to find my point guard of the future, and it's not going to be on this team this year. I don't want to win the NBA championship this year. We want to try and get a solid squad, build a foundation, and get some pieces to put around Ben Simmons. Now, Carl Landry, you're super old at this point. Detroit's offering a first-round draft pick in a couple of years. We're going to go ahead and take that one. Nick Stauskas, I can trade Nick Stauskas for Josh Richardson. Absolutely pulling the trigger on that one. Now, we're looking at the draft. Dennis Smith is the guy we're going to target. De'Aaron Fox is the guy we're going to target. There's good guys in there like Harry Giles and Von Rabb and BJ King. But to be honest, we don't want power forwards and centers. We want guards to dominate this team. Now, right now, looking at our team, K-Love, Ben Simmons, Okafor, Bayless is on there as well. Deladova, we still have Embiid, Josh Richardson. There's a lot of young talent, but I don't think this team is really going to win too many games. But look at how well we're starting. LA is actually trying to trade Jordan Clarkson in the first-round pick for Okafor. It's tempting, but I like Okafor too much. The NBA doesn't really have back-down centers anymore, but I think Okafor with Embiid can be a dominant force on the court. So looking at the NBA league leader, Steph Curry, of course, is leading everybody in points with LeBron James and Damian Lillard just behind him. The Western Conference All-Stars right now are led by Russell Westbrook, who is killing it. This dude is almost averaging a triple-double. And I think in real life, because Kevin Durant left and went to the Golden State Warriors like you see right now, I think he's going to probably get a triple-double all season long to become one of those guys like Oscar Robertson. So Kyrie Irving obviously doing well in the backcourt there with John Wall and Kyle Lowry. LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Paul Millsap, all doing well in the Eastern Conference as well. So I feel like it's been a pretty good season so far. Now Kevin Love at this point, 17 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, so a double-double for him. Okafor and Simmons are both playing pretty solid. To be honest, Simmons' numbers with 14, 6, and 8, that's kind of good. Excuse me, 14, 8, and 4. Those are really good for a rookie. I feel like he could be poised to win Rookie of the Year if he keeps that up for us right now. And looking at our stats, we're 22 and 18 in the year, which, to be honest, I can't believe we're actually above 500. I didn't think we had any chance. Our chemistry's pretty good. They try and trade us John Henson here. We've already traded with the Bucks, and we say no sir to that trade. I think Grant could be a good role player for us. His jump shot has got to be better, though. So our chemistry is at 84%. Fan interest, though, is starting to drop because our record is getting a little too close to 500 right now. So with 50% fan interest, we're getting into February. We get a loss to the Hawks. We get a loss to the Wizards. Can we beat the Nets? I'm hoping we can get a W here. Survey is ultimately going to say that we do. Sean Livingston and a first-round pick from the Warriors for Jared Bayless. I like Bayless, but we're going to go ahead and pull the trigger on that one because Sean Livingston, he's got an expiring contract, and we see it here on the screen. I believe it's a one-year deal at this point, and while Bayless could be a solid point guard for us, if I can get an expiring contract where Bayless we had for 4 years, $30 million, I'm going to make that move because like I told you guys earlier in the video, Dennis Smith and De'Aaron Fox, those are the guys that we're targeting. Now looking at the playoff picture, the Bulls, the Cavs, the Raptors are at the top, but the New York Knicks at 29 and 26 are your fourth team. But look at us, we're one game above 500, and we're still in the playoff picture right now. So you got to feel good about our chances there. Golden State Warriors, of course, dominating their 41 and 11 with Kevin Durant. You had to imagine they were going to lose around 20 games maximum on the season. Looking at the mock draft here, Dennis Smith is going number 1, possibly, but we got to make sure we can get into that top spot. De'Aaron Fox, they're putting in number 4. Harry Giles is falling down to 6. I feel like we're going to be in that 5 to 6 range for our draft picks, so we have to see if we can maybe lose a few more games and see if we can get in that top 3 spot, because I want Dennis Smith or De'Aaron Fox. If one of those guys is there, I'm going to be really happy. I don't care which one it is, just give us one of those guys to be point guard. So looking at our record at this point, we're 32 and 37. Our chemistry is kind of hovering in the mid to high 70s at this point. Fan interest, though, is plummeting. We are losing games. I just want to win 40 games in the season. We're getting down here the last few. Look how many games we've won in a row. We catch a couple losses there, but we win 40 games in the year. LeBron James, of course, is your MVP. 25 points a game, 8 rebounds, 9 or almost 10 assists at that point. Completely deserves it. Ben Simmons, though, look at us. We finally won an award. Got to feel good about that one. 15 a game, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Those are elite numbers for a rookie, but that three-point shooting percentage at 15%, you got to work on that. Brandon Knight, though, picking up an award. DeAndre Jordan with Defensive Player of the Year, rightfully so, with 3 blocks a game and 13 rebounds. And Jeremy Lin gets the Most Improved Player. Had a solid year so far in Brooklyn. If you guys haven't noticed, these are updated rosters to reflect what the NBA currently has made for all these different moves. There might be a few players that aren't where they're supposed to be. For the most part, 99% of these guys are there. Now look at the All-NBA first teams: Westbrook, Lillard, James, Blake Griffin. Second team, Kyrie Irving. Despite being hurt, look at this. He's overall down to a 72. He's out for I think about another few weeks or so. If the Cavs get him back in the playoffs, they might have a shot. But if he's going to be out, they might get a loss in the first round. Steph Curry's on the All-NBA third team, which I could not believe actually happened. Even with Kyrie Irving being injured, that happened somehow, which is really weird. Butler, Bledsoe, James, Green, and Jordan are going to have the All-NBA defensive first team. Your boy Westbrook goes in the second team there, which I think he definitely deserves. Hassan Whiteside's even there. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is on that team? A little suspect, but maybe his defense is way better than his offense at this point. The rookie first team is held down by Simmons, Russell, Towns, Ingram, and Jokic. That to me is a monster squad. I don't think anybody wants to play them. Okafor gets on that squad as well. Emmanuel Mudiay doing pretty well for the Denver Nuggets with Chris Dunn as well. Some of the rookies are kind of blended in because we had the old rookies with the new rookies, so apologies for that. Couldn't really get around it, but we just got eliminated from the playoffs. I didn't have high hopes. I'm surprised we even got in the playoffs, being at 40-42 in the year. Let's see who wins it. Golden State wins it and they beat the Raptors. So I guess Kyrie Irving didn't get healthy. Golden State beats the Raptors in the NBA Finals. I don't think anyone saw that one coming. So shout out to Golden State. Kevin Durant is finally going to get a ring, but it's on to year number 2. We have to build our squad up to be better than ever. This year, I want to win 50 games, and I want to try to get into the playoffs and actually make some noise. Now, of course, Stephen Curry gets the playoff MVP or the Finals MVP. Kevin Garnett, Vince Carter, Paul Pierce, Andre Miller, some big names there that are actually going to retire. All of those dudes are right around 38 years old or older. Jason Richardson, Drew Gooden, didn't even know that dude was still playing in the NBA. I don't even think he was on a roster at this point. George Karl, Bob Weiss, and Randy Whitman are all going to go there. Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Vince Carter all going to the Hall of Fame, which they rightfully deserve. We're going to make some coaching changes, though. Billy Donovan is going to be our head coach. Andre Miller, though, we're going to bring that dude from off the court onto the sideline. He's going to be our assistant coach, but it's on to draft it to see if we can get the recruits that we actually want. So again, I told you guys, Dennis Smith, De'Aaron Fox, those are the guys that we want. If you look at our picks, we have number 5, we have number 9, we have number 19, we have number 21, and we have number 30. We might make some trades, but number 1 is going to be Jonathan Isaac. 80 overall, did not see that happening whatsoever. Number 2 is Harry Giles, which I can definitely see. Fresh off of that leg injury, that knee injury. Some reason this roster has him as Kansas State. A little weird to me. I thought he was going to Duke. A little weird though. 80 overall, absolutely a monster in the post. We'll see if he can recover and play pretty well. VJ King goes number 3. Did not see this one coming either. He's going to Denver. 6'8", 200 pounds. Out of Louisville's where they have him on this roster. Pretty versatile player, to 77 overall with a B 3-point shot. If we can get Ben Simmons to have a B for his 3-point shot, we'll be sitting pretty. Now, Mike Conley's going to get traded. Lots of trades here in the offseason, but it's time for our pick here. Can we make a good pick at number 5? And we're going to skip Dennis Smith and go for De'Aaron Fox. Now, my rationale for that, let me know if you guys hate this or love this in the comments. De'Aaron Fox is one of those guys that is really, really athletic. I think he'll be a better fitted point guard for us. We'll see what happens. At pick number 9, we go Josh Jackson out of K-State, 6'9", 220, with a decent outside shot. Another guy that I fell in love with and I think that he could play our starting shooting guard this season. So with him, we have Ben Simmons at 3, Jackson at 2, and then De'Aaron Fox at 1. Feeling pretty good there. Now, one of our later picks, we've got a bunch of different trade offers. I'm cycling through, but I get a trade offer for Dragon Bender. So you're going to tell me we give up our first round pick here late in the first round, I can get Dragon Bender and another second rounder next season? Yes, 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 I'm going to take that trade. So Dragon Bender, be one of those guys coming off the bench for us. Look at the top 10 really quick. Again, you saw the first 3 picks. Ivan Rabb goes to the Wizards there at number 4. We get De'Aaron Fox at 5. Dennis Smith obviously goes to the Hornets at 6. But number 7, they get Jason Tatum. So they just have 2 monster players back-to-back picks there. I wish we could have got Tatum at 9, but I'll be happy with Jackson because Jackson I still think is a really good player that can contribute from day 1 on this team. Again, you can see he's a 79 overall. He's 21 years of age there. Josh Hernandez goes number 10. Our roster, we're only going to sign the top 3 guys, so our number 5, our number 9, and number 30 pick. Everybody was looking good until that number 30 pick. Dude's a 68 overall. I don't know if he's going to make the roster because we're going to make some room for some veterans here. And speaking of a veteran, Terrence Ross is the only free agent that we signed. I think he'll be a really good bench player, give us some outside shooting and some athleticism. And looking at the power rankings, we're doing pretty well. We're number 7. So we went from being one of the worst teams in the NBA to a top 10 team in the power rankings. Gotta feel good about that. Here's a quick look at kind of all of our rosters and our coaching adjustment situation. We have Fox, Jackson, Simmons, Love, and Okafor is going to be our starters. Embiid's coming off the bench as the 6th man. With Richardson, Terrence Ross, Dragon Bender, and Jeremy Grant coming off as our next part of our rotation, a few minutes there to Dario Saric. That to me is one heck of a rotation. I feel like we can contend this year. Again, the goal is 50 wins this upcoming season. Let me know in the comments below if you think we can hit it. I cannot wait to see. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Hit the like button to share your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.